Okay, it seems like we're recording. All right, so I'm gonna start this up. Okay, so for
Is it recording? Did you test it or?
yeah, we're recording. I'm not testing it. I think it's recording, so I'm just gonna do my thing here. All right. So what's happening is I got a friend of mine over here. His name is SP. I haven't seen him literally since I got out of jail. So what was my latest rendition of being in jail? Well, my latest rendition, unfortunately, was I spent a lot of time in jail. Okay, so
Unjustly.
this is my first video, and it was pretty noisy, man. This is my first video. Yeah, no problem. Sorry. Okay, so just give me a second here.
Siberia, man.
Siberia, what? That's where I'm living?
Siberia.
That's where I'm. Okay, so the reason why I just grabbed my phone is I want to get this right. Okay. Today is March 21st, 2026. It's now 1:59 p.m. and my name is Anthony Marino. Okay, so what I've done is I've asked a friend of mine to come over so I can make a new video. And what happened is, the best way for me to do it is I got some disposable batteries here. So I bought a 10-pack. It just worked out that way. What I'm thinking is going to happen is I'll make some little videos. And I asked my friends who recently got in touch with me that know me from back in junior school. Okay, so when I'm talking now, I don't want to ever hear that I'm a racist person. Okay, so don't ever say that about me, because people might say that, people might think that because of the way I speak. So what I want to say is I wanted to do this for a little while, and at the very least I would ask anyone who knows me. Okay, me being Anthony Marino, born in Rexdale, Ontario, Canada, back on December 26, 1970 at 12:53 a.m. So I will tell you, I will argue with you, I will make the point, okay, that what that means is at some point I was born on December 25th, I could say. I could argue that. Okay, that's the way I think about things. So what I'm doing is, I want you guys to know me from junior school, to go back in time now, okay? The Antonella Restaños of Rexdale, Ontario, Canada, who know me from when I'm a baby, the Frankie Pelambellas, the Anthony Descanios. I'm talking to you now, you understand? And when I say this to any Canadian that knows me in all of Canada and the United States and Japan, to think of me, because what happened, I say I only have two friends, okay? I have two friends, and one of them is right now here with me. I'm going to ask him just to say hi, and that I'm still alive, okay? Keep me alive. That's what I ask of you. Now, when I talk, I say I want to talk to the white citizens of the world. That's who I want to talk to now. I want you to give me this opportunity that you'll at least listen to me, to what it is that I have to say, because I think I'm going to be a little bit of a teacher, but I asked the blacks. Okay, so don't tell me that I have to call you African Canadian, because for my generation, when we refer to the blacks, we say the blacks, you understand? So who do we have? I had Keith Reading and I had Roy Reading, Natalie and Angela, sisters, the grandmother and his parents. So they know me. I want you to listen to this, okay? But don't hate me because of my words, the way that I choose to say things, because I'm going to tell you, I believe most people always say things for a reason. We'll talk about that more some other time, but please, if you know me, listen to this. So now, the Ian Mullins, the Brian Stubbs, the forgive me, okay? There's one more. The Robin Bowler, who knows me. And there's one more from junior school. Oh yes, of course, Wayne McNeil, okay? I want you to listen to this now. So I'm making this video at the very least that they listen. But I ask anyone who knows me from my days at Armada, Canada, to think back from Armada, if you know me, across Canada, in Manitoba, in Saskatchewan, in Alberta, in BC, in Nova Scotia, I've been to quite a few. Now, I'm just talking now. Nothing's rehearsed. Okay? But now I want you to go back. Everyone who know me from junior school, Rexdale Junior Public School, to remember that day when they gave the presentation, they gave me an award before I left in grade 5. I got an award, so maybe they recognized something back then. So at the very least, when I talk, I don't want to be racist, but white citizens of the world, I want you to be listening to this. I'm talking to you now. So at the very least, all I would ask is that you're kind and you give me the benefit of the doubt, that I'm trusting you, I'm telling you, please listen to what it is that I have to say. I'm asking you, at the very least. So my cousin said, who's going to listen? And then Steve say, 2 hours is too long. What I'm telling you is, I'm speaking for your benefit. I'm not speaking for me. You understand? I'm speaking on your behalf. So it's with love. You understand? But when you see me, don't bother with me. Okay? This is not Joe Rogan or someone who want to be famous. This is Anthony Marino talking. Okay? So I say to the Canada Revenue Agency, I want my money. I want my 2020 tax return check where I'm supposed to get around $2,100 if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't matter. From 2020, I get out of jail, I file my taxes, and then I call Canada Revenue and they tell me, oh, your check's already been paid out and we're not going to give you the money. I say, I am fucking Anthony Marino. So at the very least, if this is going to be a podcast, I don't know what's going to happen. You recognize me. Okay? I'm talking to you now. You understand? So what's happened? I did some marijuana oil earlier. I feel like talking now. So now I'm talking. So the Kathy Koschicks of Manitoba and her family who know me, I want you to listen to this. And her parents might be dead. To the Michelle Nicholson's, my only girlfriend, that I imagine I broke her heart. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? That day when we went camping, you stomped your foot in and you let it slip out. Asshole. You know, my future wife, she would never talk to me like that. You understand? Okay, so you were right. You said to Frank Staddy, was he cheating on me? Yes, I went to Winnipeg. I fucked this girl. She knocked my socks off. And I fall madly in love with her. Okay? But it appears it didn't work out. So, real la land here. You know, you want me to be with her, but it didn't work out. And maybe that's not a bad thing. That's my point. That's why I'm telling you. I haven't thought about it. I'm just talking. So what happened? I meet a guy in jail. Now, you have to understand, Steve is here now, so now I start to talk a little bit with Steve. So what we're doing is, we're two Canadian guys talking now in 2026. And Steve just went out and smoked a joint. And I'm feeling good because I did some marijuana oil earlier. Okay, so now we're talking now. So I'm going to let him say hi. This is SP. For the time being, he wishes to be anonymous, but he was kind enough to come here tonight. So I'm going to take this opportunity to try this out and see. I'm going to talk for a little while. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, for those of you who know me, I now have 4 broken ribs. And this was told to me by the federal government, not by the provincial government. Okay, so someone broke my ribs, and I'm going to tell you who I think it is. I think it's the police. Okay, I went to the Ontario courthouse on the day of my trial, and the court officer there, the white court officer, asked me with the white cop who came there to try to do some fucking spying on me, and then they started watching my videos because I tell them in the courtroom. I even made a video about it and I posted. Now I can't repost it as of yet. I got to look into this because it was actual court audio. So Google now took it down. I can't find the video anymore, so we're going to play around here. I'm going to use Steve's phone. I'm going to do some things, but I'm talking to you now. So at the very least, those of you who know who I named, if they don't hear me now, try to get a hold of them. And I'll try to use names, okay? I said I have a very good memory. I'll test it a little bit because I'm getting older now. Maybe I got to start doing this. Because I tell you, When I was younger, I was a lot smarter than I am now, that's for sure. Maybe it's just aging, I don't know. So for the time being, if we do this, SP doesn't want to be seen. Okay, he wishes to remain anonymous. You can look it up. I'm not going to look it up, but there'll be some ones I'm going to use. I'm going to look it up. So what happened? I say my ribs have been damaged. Let me see the doctor while I go to Lindsay jail. And then what do? They don't let me talk to a doctor. So I'm in a great deal of discomfort because my ribs are broken, and I get put in jail. Where does this happen? This happened at the hospital in Oshawa, and I'm going to use my phone to look it up so I can remember the name. I want to give the right name. They fucking bust my ribs over there. This fucking Chinese guy, he might have tried to kill me that day. I don't know. I'm not going to think about it because it fucking makes me so mad that I even have to consider it. Now, what happened in the Canadian election? I'm going to tell you what happened in the Canadian election because thanks to Steve, I realize that's what's happening now in Iran. Same fucking shit. The U.S. interfering. Mark Carney, you got to look him up on the Saturday there when he was giving his fucking conferences, or whatever the fuck it's called there before the election, that they got to go and talk. And the crowd was paid to be there. Okay? They show them on camera when they're supposed to be clapping, they're not even clapping. Because the fucking clown didn't go in the front with the big applause sign and fucking show them they should be clapping at that time. It was terrible. And that guy asked for a majority. Before the election was run, he say, I want a majority. I'm going to need a majority. So what does that mean? Well, okay, I'll tell you what it means. What it means is he's asking to be the man. This guy's never been in politics before. And then he said, I want to be the man. You understand? That's going from no one to a very high position. The Prime Minister of Canada, like, supposed to be recognized as somebody. This guy Trudeau, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And you know what? I'm a year older than him. He's born on Christmas Day, 1971. I'm born on Boxing Day, 1970. Literally like 1 year older than him. And what a piece of shit he is. The guy that they put the C's on your bank accounts. You ever have that happen before? I've had it happen. You go and try to get your money, and the bank says, no, you can't have your money. You know how fucking mad you get? And then they say, you got to be polite, you can't swear, you got to be nice to us, this and that. My friend Steve, okay, SP, say to me, I don't want to be racist, but I go to one of those Employment Canada centers, whatever the fuck, whatever, Service Canada, Service Ontario. He said, I can't even understand the lady. The lady working at the counter doing the customer service. He goes, I had trouble to fucking understand what the hell she was saying. Okay? They come from another country. They get good money to live here. Okay? You don't want to hear about it, what kind of deal they get. And here's the name of that hospital. I'm Anthony Marino. Anyone who know me, these bastards had me in the hospital. That's when my ribs got broken. Okay? Lakeridge Health, Oshawa. It's a big hospital. How do I know it's a big hospital? Because the nurse, Nancy, at Toronto East Detention Center, she made me remember, she refreshed my memory that I was first in a very small hospital. So they took me to a very small hospital in Durham. The next thing I know, I'm being woken up as I'm going into the Lakeridge Health Center, Oshawa Hospital, in the psychiatric department. You understand? Okay, so no one's going to know about this. I'm going to tell you what this means. If the hospital is big, you're going to have a psychiatric department. So what happened? When you're acting strange, they're going to grab you up, and then you're going to go and talk to a psychiatrist. So what do? When I go there, I don't talk. I don't talk. Okay, so you see in the movies, don't talk. When the police arrest you, that's very important. You make sure you don't do that. Because they don't know unless you talk. So they're going to want you to talk. They're going to try to be your buddy. Like the piece of shit there, John St. John, Kenneth St. John from Chatsworth OPP Police Department, who took my mom from me. Are you kidding me? You're trying to say I don't love my mom. These fucking bitches go and lie on the stand, and then I'm the guy who's found guilty? I'm a Crown prosecutor. I want to prosecute you. If I'm going to have lying witnesses, it's going to be very easy. And that's what happens. A guy arrests you. Oh, you're a bad boy. You got to go see a judge. And then the judge finds you guilty. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay? You fuck with me, I'm smarter than you. That's what I say to you. But don't even think about what I just said. Just go fuck yourself. Kenneth St. John from the OPP Chatsworth, who take my mom, and then my mom could have stayed in the hospital forever and we wouldn't have had to pay. And then my brother fucks it up, the fucking piece of shit that he is, that he want to talk to me, he steal from me. I had literally $3,000 in hand tools. A mechanic's tool set from Sears, Canada. It was $1,900. And then I had a nice meter that Sarab knows about that I'm not going to say, because I'm going to say I'm a bad boy. Okay? I steal sometimes, but when I steal from a company. I don't steal from you. Okay? I would never do that. I steal from companies. I outsmart them and I steal, but that doesn't matter. Don't worry about me. This is about you, because when you see me on the street, I look at you. Don't talk to me. Okay? I don't want to talk to you, because I'm going to tell you, I got my own fucking things to deal with that I don't even want to know. You understand? Don't bother me. And this guy fucking Trudeau, what he done? He black and brown up the country now. And Rocco took me the other day. I saw a family of Chinese walk in front of me, whatever the fuck they were. The guy was so ugly. And then he has kids. That's what Trudeau did. That's Trudeau. The pussy. That now he wastes his fucking time with Katy Perry. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I've got nothing better to do. I want to hear about Trudeau, the piece of shit that he is, that I say, a disgrace to the human race. What a fucking piece of shit that guy is. You understand? That guy, by definition, is a piece of shit. You take his picture, you put it in every dictionary now, Canadian, for the rest of the time, and the definition of a piece of shit, you show his picture there. This is a piece of shit. You understand? You look at it, and you see his fucking smiley face. That's a piece of shit. I'm 1 year older than this guy. Are you kidding me? This guy was running the country, and what did he do? He fucking give money to everyone. That's what he did. And then you re-elect them. Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. Trudeau, fuck you. Okay? Like I said, literally. Okay? Anyone hearing this, you don't know what it means. That guy is such a piece of shit. I would say, Anthony Marino would say, he's such a piece of shit. Okay? He's a disgrace to the human race. You lock him up, and then we go and see him. You kick his fucking cell door. You wake him up. He's going to be hiding under the sheets. You take away the sheets so he can't even fucking hide under there. And you lock him up in the Toronto East Detention Center. And then we're going to pay $5. And you're going to go in and you're going to see him locked up in a fucking cage for the rest of his life until he dies. That's what you do with that guy. What a piece of shit he is. Because that's what you do in Canada. You deal with the pieces of shit. I'm going to tell you, these fucking cops, a lot of them, they're pieces of shit. Yeah, I don't want to say anything bad, because SP's brother and Nunziato Tramatozzi, okay, who know me, the Danny Tramatozzi, the Anna Tramatozzis, the Tony who passed, I went to see his parents. You listen now, you understand? I'm talking to you. I want you to listen to me. That's all I'm asking. I'm not getting upset. I'm asking you. So, someone let me know the Charter of Rights for Canada as a Canadian citizen. If you hear this now, I'm talking to you. Your obligation as a fellow Canadian citizen is to say, Anthony, what is wrong with you? What is on your mind? What do you want me to do? And what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to fucking run this country. That's what's supposed to happen. The country is run by Canadian citizens. We run the country. So what happened? This guy Trudeau was such a fucking piece of shit. He fucked up everything. He fucked up everything. A fucking piece of shit. I told you. Anthony Marino, say about that guy. Take the picture, put it in the Canadian dictionaries for the rest of the time. Piece of shit. Put the 3 words. The definition, piece of shit. And then you put his fucking smiley face and name over there. You even take a picture of him in his fucking prison cell. The piece of shit that he is. That he ordered the police to beat his own citizens. I start to follow it because I got out January 6, 2022. I got locked up July 23rd. And then they take me to trial, and there's brand new houses there. The Crown fucking punch it up on his computer and show 2 houses, saying those are the 2 houses. I said, what the fuck you talking about? And then the judge brings me in on June 16th, and he goes, I'm going to put some shit on the record, and he starts reading case law. Why is a judge referring to case law? He doesn't need to do that. That's not his job. He goes, I'm going to put some things on the record. I didn't say anything that day. I was there. You understand? That's a recording now. And then what do? They use it any fucking day they want. But they didn't even use that because Robert Kelly, the provincial court judge over there, probably a fucking Jew, by the way. Probably a Jew. Okay? A lot of judges, a lot of fucking lawyers, a lot of crown attorneys, fucking Jews, the whites that killed the fellow whites. You fucking pieces of shit. In 2026, you don't even know how to fucking live? That you kill each other? That's what you do? You kill each other. The blacks, people laugh. I don't laugh. They said the blacks to kill the other blacks. Who gives a fuck? They're killing each other. That's no good. That's against the law. I met a guy in jail. I say, you're too nice to be in here, I say. And now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't really know if I'm ever supposed to acknowledge this guy again, you understand? Because he killed a girl, but you see what happened? Another guy, he talked to me, he say, kill a guy, he choke a guy. Shit happens. You have a bad day, you gotta learn how to fucking take care of yourself. You don't kill someone. No. Who are you? My cousin said it. God decides when you die. God. Yes, that makes sense to me. I believe there is a God, you see, but the problem is, people say, I believe in God, but they don't believe in God. These born-again Christians, the Filipinos. The Filipinos come from China. Okay? They come from China. The fucking guy, he tried to kill me that day. I asked him, I say, you tried to kill me? He's testifying. I said, did you try to kill me that day? He say, no, I still don't believe him. You understand? Okay? He'd tell a million lies. Everything he fucking said was a lie. Now, you know, I want to appeal. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay? I have quite a criminal record now. I have a long history. I have some fucking charges going back. We got to think about this when this all starts. Okay? But I'm going to say it like this. These bastards, they take 15 years of my life. I've now been studying for 15 years how these guys fuck me up the ass. And I say this at St. Michael's Hospital in front of a black lady, and then she looked at me, what's this guy saying? You understand? You see, what I learned about the blacks, you know what the blacks they want? I think. Okay? And I don't think. I don't spend time on this. I just think. You know what the blacks want? They want us to talk to them. That's the blacks. Okay? The blacks want us to talk to them. I think I seen a line in a movie with Al Pacino, if I'm not mistaken, where he says, I've never met a black guy that didn't call me brother or want to be my brother. Something along those lines. I think it was Al Pacino. I don't remember. I think it was in a movie. I haven't watched a lot of movies lately, okay? 15 years. The provincial government of Canada has been controlling my life through the Ministry of the Attorney General. 15 years it's going to be. This started on March 12, 2012, when that fuckface Kenneth St. John charged me with uttering a threat, and he removed his mom from her house. He'd take her from her house, and he make me a criminal. That's what he did. The fucking Chinese cop, he almost killed me. I break into a house, I'm sitting there peacefully watching TV. My cousin make the point, oh, you went in the house. It doesn't matter. The charge is break and enter with intent. The police charge you with that? That's now going to need to be proven in the court of law that you intended to do something malicious while you were in there. It's a more detailed charge. That's what I'm charged with. Complete nonsense. Okay? I shut it down. Halfway through the trial, I said, I'm done with this. I need a lawyer. And we fucked him up. Robert Kelly. A Jew? I think a Jew. The whites that kill another white. And then, certainly, I don't believe I'm mistaken about this Jew. On the last day before I get released, she talked. And she say to Steve DeLay, I don't even know if he's a lawyer anymore. You see, I made a mess. And it seemed to me like someone's going around behind me with a paintbrush and cleaning up the mess after. Everyone who fucked with me, people that fuck with me, a lot of them, they're dead. Okay? So watch who you fuck with. But better yet, don't even fuck with anyone. Okay? Now, I'm kind of getting a little bit preacherous, let's say. I'm preaching, okay? I got to bring it back to what I want to talk about. And what I want to talk about, I don't want to talk about anything. I'm just going to talk. Because right now, I did a little bit of oil. It gives me a nice chill. It makes me want to talk. And I might feel a little bit better, but I think I got to go see the doctor again, okay? So now I'm going to tell you now. Apparently I had a brain aneurysm. Very serious. Very serious. Okay? Yeah, very serious. They tell me I had it. I don't know. Okay? People that know me, they say, yeah, you had it. Get on with your life. Don't talk about it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's very serious. I could have died. You understand? Okay? I could have died. I don't know how this happened. So what happened? I figure I lost 3 weeks of my life. I can't remember. Could have been more. Okay? I'm not sure. So, how does this happen? I was under the care of Collins Bay Penitentiary in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. 2 years, 6 months, and 8 days was my sentence. The majority of that, I stay there. And this first bitch say to me, and I'm going to tell you, okay? I want to fuck girls. I want to fuck girls. Okay? So, I want to fuck girls. That's what I want to do, okay? And I'm going to tell you, it's always some fucking bitch who tries to fuck you up the ass because some stupid man, maybe it's a bitch, go and tell her, send this for me. You're not supposed to do that. You understand? You're an employee. They want to fuck me? You let them fuck me in their own way. You don't help them out. Don't do that. So, I want to fuck girls. And I just called you all fucking bitches. You understand my dilemma? Okay? You got to think about that because I want to fuck. But I'm saying it's always some bitch who fucks me up the ass. I got fucked up the ass by a bitch. She wear a cock, not even. And she stick it up my ass.
Episode 1 finished.
The batteries are still going, man. Let's see. I don't know what's going to happen.
Freeze it up and listen.
SP is listening. Freeze it up, he says. I got to keep it rolling. It doesn't freeze. And I see this lens pop in. It's going to pull it in and the battery should shut down, and we're going to see what happens. I don't know. The police, it seems like they want to kill me. I say to the guy in Oshawa, I said, there's a lot of shit in Oshawa these days, to a young cop. He goes, I agree. So what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what it means, but I tell you, it means something. I think. I could be wrong. People always say things for a reason. I say it, I believe it. I don't know if it's true. Okay, so you want to hear about the election? I'm going to tell you about the election, what happened. Because I followed the election, you see. I wanted to know. I watched all the elections before that, how they zoom in. You watch the CNN or whatever fucking station in the States there, and the guy goes, I'm going to take you into this office here, and they show a little small thing, the individual office. You understand? When I vote, I got to go to a building in my area. Okay? That's how I vote. I go there, I show them the piece of paper, I vote. Okay? So what happened on that night, this guy David Cochran don't say anything about it. He goes, this is interesting. We're going to go here, we're going to go here. Like 5 of them. Okay, so let's say one writing to report, they have the results. Liberals, let's say 17,200. PC, 17,000. Okay, one writing to go. And what happened? It needed to flip to liberal. It would flip to liberal. And he goes, it's happening here, it's happening here, it's happening here. He make a point of it. You understand? He's doing the live coverage, so they make a fool of him that night. He's supposed to say, what the fuck's going on here? Something's fucking going on here. Okay, now, a further example. So, the Bloc and the Liberals. One writing to report. It flipped. You go liberal. This is at the end, you understand? When they're getting close to the majority. So they decide liberals are going to be in power. The Jews and Donald Trumps of the world say, we're going to have Carney there. And why? Because Donald Trump is going to say, I want to increase the spending of all NATO contributing countries. I want them to give more money because I'm selling the bombs now to NATO, and they're buying them and supplying everyone to keep these wars going through. You understand? I make the point recently, but I'm not thinking about it. How many fucking factories employ American employees in the States? They make bombs. There's got to be a fucking lot of them. That's fucking big money, man. Holy fuck. This is crazy. Okay? The whole world, you know what it is? It's bullshit. The whole world. It's all bullshit. Fucking joke. They insult our intelligence. Buller said it best. Buller, you said it best. She say, Donald Trump is a pedophile, and it's disgusting, and that the Americans don't do anything about it. They don't care. That's really well fucking said, you know? That's really well said. That's someone else's words. I'm just quoting them. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay? What is worse than a female judge? Okay? This is me talking now. A black judge. And what's worse than a black judge? A brown judge. That's my quote. What are you doing up there, man? Well, you use the washroom down here. Buddy, when you have an apartment, you have a washroom. You got to know that. Yeah, I guess it is, but I don't go up there. I've never been up there, man.
Where is it?
I've never been upstairs, man.
Alright.
It's right over here. I hope it's clean enough for you. I didn't clean it.
Oh, I see.
Don't touch that towel behind the door. You use the green one. Let me grab it so you don't use it.
I think I'll use my
Let me grab the towel so you don't use the towel.
I think I'll use my shirt.
Close this thing. Use your shirt. What? Oh, the towel I took it already. Use your shirt. What? Use your shirt.
I dried my hands.
Right here.
Alright.
Not bad. Very small. So, the reason why I started this camera up when I did, literally Steve is here now. Okay, SP. Well, I know him since my days in high school. So this guy was introduced to me. Turns out that his brother Jean is a very good friend with my brother. And my brother, he used to get a ride from this lady. Every day she used to take him to college. Not every day, very often she used to take him to college. She used to get a ride with John and their mother early in the morning. And when you see his mother at the funeral of my mother, okay, he didn't even recognize her. So his very good friend's mother, who used to give him a fucking ride every day when she got older, you see her with Steve, or you see her come in with Steve. I don't know what he saw. He didn't recognize her. This guy, he has some problems, okay? I'm not going to talk about him because I don't want to say anything bad. But what happened is, Uncle Tony said, call your brother. He cannot say no. He give you money anytime. I call him up. Give me some money. And he goes, I got to check with the lawyer. And who respond? The lawyer. A stinky fucking Jew lawyer by the name of Elliot Goldstein. This guy is a piece of shit. Okay? A stinky fucking Jew. You take his picture. That's a stinky Jew. A stinky fucking Jew that goes by the name of Elliot Goldstein. Okay? Whatever the fuck his name is. You know what you're going to do? You're going to sue me now. You're going to sue me now. You understand? Because I say his name. That's what a piece of shit he is. I gotta think about it. Let me see. It happens that he also is a small claims court judge. So now I name a stinky Jew. You know what he's going to do? He's going to sue me. That's what a piece of shit he is. He's a lawyer. He's also a small claims court judge. And you're going to sue me now. I think I seen him on TV when the guy got shot. I think they stopped him on the road, him and his wife. Maybe not. The ugly wife, stinky fucking Jew wife, who signed an affidavit. You see? He's a lawyer. He needed someone to put some information in. He went and saw his wife and said, sign this. I would imagine. I hope at least she argued. I hope at least she argued. I doubt it. The fucking Jews. I don't want to know the Jews. I don't know any Jews. I know Kowalski. Kowalski and I were laughing because he took my you got to give me a minute here because I got to remember his name. You see? Maybe I say it like this for a reason. It doesn't matter. Okay? I got a lot of thoughts. So again, I don't want to waste my time. I'm gonna repeat things. You're gonna think this guy repeats himself. I repeat things because you don't understand. Maybe I understand. You understand. I know what I'm trying to say, but you got to give me the opportunity to say it. So this guy George Strathy, the Chief Justice of Ontario, who hear my matter after I write him, and they respond. He cannot reply to you. He then hear my matter after. He goes, you got 10 minutes. And then I see a Chinese lady over there, and the judge is saying, oh, take all day if you want. I don't care. The Court of Appeal. The worst shit judges in the city of Toronto. That's where they reside. The Ian Nordheimer. Now I searched him just in the last couple of days. It turned out they're saying he's not like a full-time acting judge anymore. That I want to appeal to the Court of Appeal. I want to appeal something to the Court of Appeal about a judge who now hears matters at the Court of Appeal thanks to George Strathy, okay, who stick his nose in my business. The ex-Chief Justice of Ontario, George Strathy, who used to work at the Court of Appeal who retire early, maybe it's because of me. And I say, even the pandemic, maybe it's because of me. And then the black lady looked funny at me, the black cleaning lady there at the Comfort Hotel at 27 in Rexdale where I was staying. I got out of jail, I was set up in a nice hotel, and I wait. I make 14 videos going back to 22. The problem is, you can't even fucking get them now. I gotta see here. I gotta look into this, okay? I have videos on YouTube. I create them so I can refer to them, and I'm gonna start referring to them. So that's what I'm gonna do in the future if I go ahead with this. Maybe Steve is gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. I got better things to do because, like I said, when I walk around, I'm not here to fucking sign your cards. I'm not here for a photo. Are you kidding me? Don't waste my time. I want to take a picture with you. Please, please, please. Don't make me run. I'm gonna run. Like Louise would say, Louise. So I have 2 friends. Okay, I thought about this for a little while, but I don't have 2 friends because now I have 5 friends. Because those guys, they know me, you understand? They know me when I'm pure. They know me when I'm very young. I'm pure. I'm being raised. I'm being turned into a little Anthony that becomes me. It's very important. You got to raise them properly. The blacks, they're raised. They fight. Don't fight. That's the rule. That's rule number 1. Don't fight. That's the number 1 rule. But take care of yourself. Health. Very important. So SP went out for, what'd you do? Smoke?
I had a couple of cigarettes.
Couple of cigarettes. He take a little break now. He's back now. So the camera's sitting here and I'm talking. I'm sitting here. Maybe like before I was walking. We're going to see. When I talk, I like to get up. So now when I'm sitting here, I'm trying to sit because my body is aching. I'm busted up. Okay? I gotta try to take care of myself. These cops, they did a number on me, you understand? Okay? And then I got beaten at Toronto East Detention Center. And then what they said was that I was having a mental health episode. Okay? I found out later. I got taken to the hospital, and that's what the hospital was investigating, a mental health episode. So they kept me there for 1 night. And then I went back to jail right away at Toronto East Detention Center. And I said to that guy, if I ever see that guy, the bald guy on the street, I meant what I said. I said, if I see that guy, I'm going to try to bust his head. He knee me in my ribs, where my broken ribs were. They beat me. Those are thugs. All the guys that work when you go to the Toronto East Detention Center, when you first go in the door, the first ones you see over there, they dress up in the riot gear, and then they come for you. And then I seen some guys I never seen, but one guy was a Chinese guy. They hang around me in the hospital. A little brown thing come up to me and say, you got to take this. I say, like, fuck, get that shit away from me. And then later on she come in and she stick it in my arm and run off. Because they tell her to come and do it and she come and do it. You understand? That's what we're dealing with now. Okay? I'm white. You understand? I don't say anything else. But the thing is, I have a few black friends. You understand? I'm sure when I say that they're black, they don't get upset. You get upset over that. Get upset about something you're supposed to get upset about. Like, really? You don't hear about black lives anymore, huh? Because the fucking people steal all your money. What a joke. What a joke. What are you doing, man? Watching video? Oh, what is that? Live from Tampa? This guy's a sicko. This guy's a sicko.
I want to play a little bit.
He's watching the race. Okay, so like I said, today is Saturday, March 21st, 2026, and I'm alive, you understand? Keep me alive. I don't want to die, you understand? I don't know if I want to live forever, but I don't want to die, okay? Keep me alive. Fuck, I ask you, please, all you black guys, okay? All you black guys, don't kill me. I don't want to die.
Something left after those pedestrian early fractions. Crafty Collector back in front.
So what happened? Lester B, Leslie Armstrong, okay, he was a friend. He was a friend because he came to the court in Owen Sound one day when I said to Steve, I said, you should come on that day. I'm going to be making history. And then much to my surprise, they showed up. So if this is my podcast, who's supposed to be here is also Leslie Armstrong. He couldn't make it. Apparently he's deceased. Okay? I wish he was here. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. I would consider him a friend. What's the point maybe? The point maybe is he was a Jewish guy. You understand? This guy, Elliot Goldstein, I gotta find him if that's his name. I forget his name. One of those Steens. A Jew, like the Singhs in the Indian name. There's so many of them. In the Jews, it's Steen or Stein, however the fuck you say it. Give me a break. I'm anti-Semitic and offensive. That's what a judge wrote to me. You understand? You complain about a judge to the Ontario Judicial Council, and who responds? Another judge. I don't see the point. And that's the way it is.
I think that's good for episode 1.
You had enough?
No, not that I had enough. You can start up again later if you want.
Buddy, I keep on talking. I don't stop, man. What else am I going to do? I might as well talk.
No worries. Whatever you want to do.
The longer it goes, it say to you, I'm alive. So I tell you, I don't want to die. If I fucking die, you make sure you find out why I died. Because I'm telling you, I'm worried now that they're going to get me. I'm going to fucking die here. You understand? Now, these Tate brothers, maybe they say, see what happened? I said to Steve, I said to Robin, okay? Robin, I text, okay? I talk about something else because I forgot what I was going to say, okay? It'll come back to me. Let me get the name of this guy because I honestly can't remember. I should know. I mean, I could check my emails and see, okay? I have my emails going back many, many years. So, yeah, maybe I'm going to do that. This guy was in my life at least, well, I'll tell you when he came into my life. He came into my life 2 weeks after my father died. He got in touch with me, send an email, if I'm not mistaken, to introduce himself and say, we're going ahead with your mother's estate because your mother died first. And then he had made it so that my brother could access all of my father's monies. And my brother started spending money like crazy. I went to the house where he used to live. I go to the backyard and there's a hot tub there. You know how mad I was? I'm living in a house with rats and fucking no power. And this guy's spending all my father's money. That's not very nice. But I got mad because I lost my tools. I had a $3,000 at least investment in, is that a final?
No. End of the second.
Okay, for some reason this guy seems to be wanting me to speak about what he's up to. I don't know what he's up to, but I'll tell you, he watched... This guy's too funny. He thinks he's smart. I'm a liar, you understand?
I'm showing you both.
People that know me, I think these guys, maybe they try to kill me and I'm still alive. So I will say, not that I'm supposed to say, I don't think I die so easy, you understand? I think these son of a bitches, they might have tried to finish me off. It's not so easy. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's not important. Like I said, I don't want to know you. This is not reality. Okay? I've seen these girls, these Begin sisters, they speak French. They're dancing on these videos that pop up on my phone. Very good dancers. Holy fuck. I wish I could dance like that. Fuck. Begin sisters, they must be out of Quebec, speaking French. You see, the Quebec, they have a lot of good athletes. I never spent much time over there. I went over there, I never really looked, but I was in Quebec City. I met Liana Mistry, from Miami, Florida. Her parents were Cuban. I went in a shitty hotel the pool at the back, I think it was like growing mold or something. It wasn't even working at the time because I said to the taxi driver, I said, just take me to a hotel. And then he took me, and she had to bring her mother with her because it was such a bad neighborhood. And when she dropped me off, a guy come begging at the window. I say, no, I only have hundreds. She goes, the guy gonna kill you when you talk like that. Anyways, Liana Mistry, she had a very good tongue. Nothing happened with her. Okay, so I tell you a very funny story now. I want you to hear this. Okay, the first time I came to finger a pussy, I didn't actually even finger the pussy. You understand? I fucked it up. You understand? And I told Ando about it. I said, smell my finger, and he smelled my finger. I didn't stick it in, you understand? I went to finger a pussy. The girl kept opening her legs more wider because she wanted me to put my finger in her cunt. And I fucked it up. I didn't put it in. I didn't know what I was doing. So I actually didn't finger the pussy. The first time that I fingered a pussy, I did not finger a pussy, actually. It's the wrong definition. That's not the first time that I fingered a pussy because I never actually fingered the pussy. And her name was Angela, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not going to say her last name, but she know me, you understand? And her cousin Ivana and their cousin Julia and Germ live on Marcel over there. I forget their last names. You see, when I grew up, I was very fortunate because I had some very good guys in my neighborhood. And I think about Bowman. Bowman was a Chinese guy. He left my life. But Bowman is a funny story because I must have been maybe in grade 4, I'm guessing, maybe even grade 3, okay? So I say grade 5, you're 10. So grade 4, you're 9, and grade 3, you're 8. You understand? So Bowman, when we were very young, I went to his house after school one day, and his mother gave us like $10, okay? So we went to the Max Milk store, and we spent $10. Now $10, back in those days when the gumballs were 5 cents, you could buy a lot of candy with that. And I didn't think about my parents. So I left school. I left Rexdale Junior Public School, and then I disappeared. So, you know, my father, he was very worried about me, and he gave me the shots, you know, that day. I don't think he actually gave me the shots. I don't remember my father giving me the shots, actually. I don't think he ever fucking beat me. I don't think he ever gave me the shots. My mother, she smacked my bum. I don't think my father ever gave me the shots. He twisted my ear, pinched my cheek. He threw the shoes at me, but you never hit. You never hit. You never came close. You got to hand it to him, you know. My father, he was a good guy. I realize now how good a guy he was. And I tell you, I wish I knew him better. And he was the type of guy, he kept to himself. He didn't say much. I miss him. I miss him a lot. You know, I was taking care of my mom. So I say my mom was like my best friend. Literally, 24 hours a day I was taking care of her. Okay? Then the cop took her from me. A very bad situation. Okay? But I learned some things. The psychiatrist surprised me at the hospital on Church Street. It was a Humber River, a very small hospital there on Church Street, 401 and Weston Road. And he said to me, do you know why you're here? And I go, I believe so. I'm going to be the richest man in Canada, and I'm going to solve world peace. And he goes, I guarantee you're going to be here for at least the next 24 hours, and you walk away. And then who come? A little brown guy with a big fucking needle that I never saw in my life before. 2 barrels. Like the end of a shotgun. That's how big it was. And then it had a big needle sticking out. You gotta take. I said, like, fuck. They grabbed me and they strapped me to the hospital bed that they roll you around on. And they forced me to take that injection. And then I pass out. That's my first time being locked up in the psychiatric ward. 23 days. And then my brother said I was crazy. And then a federal judge say that the doctor was right when he said I was bipolar and manic. You understand? I got told that I have a mental health illness by a federal court judge who write his reasons. They give it to me. I can't even read them. In the future, I'm gonna tell you what this guy wrote about me. And I gotta find Mr. Elliott's name. This is very important. But I don't know if I'm supposed to, because then maybe he's gonna sue me. Goldstein? I don't know, some Steen. Elliot Goldstein? I think so. And his fucking ugly wife. Okay? Stinky fucking Jew. That's him. And his wife is a stinky fucking Jew lover. And you take her picture and you put her beside it. And then you lock them up in the cell together, so they spend 24 hours a day with each other. They never get a break. Shitting right in front of each other 24 hours a day. You put them in a cell for the rest of their lives because she signed that shit because her husband made a mess. Hey, I'm in a mess. I need you to sign this. Oh, I'm not going to do it. How you doing? Oh, fuck you. You're my wife. He started crying, man. He started crying, that guy. I said to Steve, when you see the Jew crying on the street, you're walking in the streets of Toronto, he's rolling around on the ground in discomfort because he's starving. And he's going to fucking tug on your pant leg and stop you and say, help me. If he's a Jew, you say, fuck you. You get what you deserve. That's what you say to him if it's a Jew. You say, Anthony Marino said that I could say it. And if you arrest me, I'll have him defend me in court. That's what you tell him. The stinky fucking Jews of this world. The whites that kill each other whites. Fucking low as shit. I said something, I don't know if it applies to them. One of my sayings is, the still smoldering shit. If you think of the cow patty, the shit that first comes out, and then the rest goes on top of it, that the little bit at the bottom is still warm, and make a patty. The still smoldering shit at the bottom of the shit pile. That's what they are, the whites that kill each other. The whites that kill each other. You're supposed to know better, you understand? Lead by example. Donald Trump, the pedophile, fucking joke. Steve is outside, I don't know what he's up to. He's a good assistant, it appears. I keep on talking, it doesn't matter to me. If I even put this up, we'll see. But I'm glad you're listening. Brian, Ian Mullen, and Wayne McNeil from junior school, Rexdale Junior Public School. DeMarco Mariani's, Demario Restagna. For some reason I'm having trouble remembering. Restagna. Antonella, who got mad at me because we were playing and one time he didn't score, and I said, oh, you should have scored, and then she freaked out. Fucking Antonella and Enzo, Restagno, such nice people. Marco Mariani, I think about you a lot. I told Frank at the EMF there in Scarborough, I said, I wish I could talk to that guy. He moved away when I was like 10, grade 7, grade 12. Move away like in grade 12. I miss that guy. And Bowman, that's why I told the story about Bowman. Bowman was a Chinese guy. Okay? I like to know how he's doing. You understand? This is what I think about sometimes. So, what I heard was this guy, President Xi, apparently there's some Chinese people that live in China that think he's doing a good job. I don't know if it's true. I've never been. I will never go, because I don't think it's safe. And I wanted to go to Russia. I talked to a Russian guy and he said, no, you don't go. And I wanted to go to Africa, and the Africans tell me, no, don't go. So I'm not going to go. Why would I go? I got so many other places to go. Why would I go to those places? I go somewhere so they can kill me. So Josh Koscheck, he said we're going to have a talk one day. He's a mixed breed. I say mixed breed. A white guy and a black mom, or vice versa. I don't care. Mixed breed. That's how I call them. Mixed breed. Apparently they have a name. She told me Malero, something like that. It means black and white. Okay. But they say in the future we're all going to be white. They show some pictures. I don't worry about this stuff. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Like Michael Jackson said, Black or white, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a good point. You had all the answers I got. You had all the answers. Some they say he's still alive. Let's see. That would be nice. That would be very nice. That would be a nice surprise. The United States, run by the Jews. They make the movies like 9/11. Yep, joke. You see live TV, but we don't know if it's live, you see. And now my TV, Stevie texts me the updates sometimes, and the TV is behind. He get it faster than me. I know this for a fact because I used to watch on the TV when I was in jail at Collins Bay over there, and I used to change the channels. I used to go from CBC to CPAC, and CPAC was always behind. I used to see it faster on the CBC channel than I used to see it on the CPAC. So when they say live, if you see something live, there's definitely a delay. And 9/11, that's probably what happened over there. I mean, you know, it just amazes me that they have these videos and everything, but live is not live because they break on the TV live coverage and they say live. That's not live. And I asked Rohan's relatives, the black guy, Rohan, used to take a shower 5 times a day. Okay? He's from the shelter system, he used to take a shower 5 times a day. Okay? Who's going to pay that water bill? One guy at Toronto East, he took a shower for 1 hour and 45 minutes. He had the water running full blast for 1 hour and 45 minutes. You see, this is big money because I have an issue with those people at looks like the camera is going to kick out soon, so we'll see what happens if it stops recording. I got a light flashing here that wasn't flashing before. If it ends up, maybe I'll start another one. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Steve is going to let me know what I do. I don't know. We'll see. I got lots of batteries still. Maybe we'll shoot this shit a bit. I don't know what we're going to do. And we might start it up just in case it goes off. So Ian Mullen, Brian Stubbs, Robin Bowler, and Wayne McNeil, and anyone else who I mentioned, if you know me, I'm asking you as a personal favor to me, please listen. Okay? I want to talk. And if I want to talk, at the very least, you should want to listen, in my opinion. I told this guy now, I said, would you give me 2 hours of your life? And he goes, well, today we're very busy, but he goes, maybe in the future. That Rocco say, who's going to listen? That's what my cousins say about doing this. Who's going to listen? No one's going to listen. These guys, they spend all their time on Facebook. I can't believe it. And Facebook is in on it too, by the way. I have an issue with Facebook. I have an issue with Google. A big issue with Google. I made videos about it, so you got to watch my videos. My first one, what happened on Elliot